Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and I'd hazard a guess that you're probably frustrated or impatient because you don't yet have a Skell in Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know the feeling. Don't worry though, there's nothing you need to do out of your way in order to unlock your license to pilot one of these bad boys. Just progress with the story and you will get there. If you want to know more precisely when it'll happen, you need to complete all the story missions up to and including Chapter 6. This will likely be no sooner than 20 hours into the game, maybe a little bit more. And if you're thinking, well, surely there must be a way to get it earlier than that, the answer is a clear and distinct no. There is no way to get a Skell before this point that has been documented thus far. But it's not just completing Chapter 6 you're going to need to worry about. You'll have another mission to complete before you earn your license, and it consists of 8 smaller missions, and that's one for each division of Blade. In order to start it, simply find Vandam in the Blade barracks to accept the mission titled The Skell License to begin. Now, it's entirely possible that some of these missions will pop up as completed as soon as you do this, but assuming none do, this is how you want to clear them all. You'll want to start with Mission 6. Just bear with us. All you need to do for this is amass 15,000 credits in a single return using the Frontier Nav. To do this, you're just going to want to slap as many research probes as you have in your inventory on the Frontier Nav part of the map, taking note to make chains with each of the same rank of probe wherever possible. Research probes generate the most revenue, and you should be able to hit 15,000 fairly easily by this point in the game. It won't complete the mission right away though, so let's move on to the others for now. Mission 1 is dead easy. You've probably done it already. You just need to put a probe down at site FN117. It's easy to remember because that's Master Chief's Spartan tag. Just avoid Lucille the Eternal and you'll have no issues whatsoever. Mission 2 is similarly simple. Just head over to Potter's Rock in Noctillum and kill the 4 Blitz Blatters there. Then fast travel to Old Dragontail Tree to defeat the other 4 that are nearby, then travel back to Potter's Rock where the original 4 should have respawned. Kill them, you're done. Now let's jump to Mission 4. It's also in Noctillum, so we might as well. Head over to Tripod Rock to find the White Whale debris being protected by some Forfexes. Get them out of the way, interact with the debris, and that's it. Mission 3 is next, and you're going to need to head to North Point Cove to take on Shatskik the Flash. If it's not anywhere to be seen, and it will be obvious due to the swirly-whirly stuff either side of the rank, just fast travel to North Point Cove again, and this will re-roll the chances of it appearing. You might need to repeat this a few times before it shows up, but trust us, it will. It's not too tricky, but it's worth luring it past the shoreline onto land in order to make your life easier. Use the battle command function to assemble your team so that they follow you closely and wait for Shatskik to chase after you. Once you're ready to fight, make sure you change the battle command back to do as you please, or trust me, you're gonna have a rough time. Oh, and look at that, Mission 6 is done. Well done, you. Mission 7 is easy. You just need to head to the administrative district, grab the 3 test weapons from Taller, who might actually be shorter than you, equip one of them, you can give it to a compatible party member or indeed use it yourself, and take out 3 giant Grexes. They're fairly common, and you can just follow the guidance on your map to find a cluster. They also go down like a sack of potatoes. Mission 5 is a slightly more complex one depending on how you've been playing. You might have passed this mission immediately, or you might have just cleared 2 of the objectives like I had. Assuming you don't have any of the items, rock armadillos can be found in Upper Hushflood in Noctillum, near FN202, and multi-speckled ladybugs can be found around Sickle Rock Rise in Primordia, near FN114. I will make special mention of Beak Flea Squashers though, and not just because that was the only one I had left to do. You'll find them in Oblivia, and it's easiest to find them in the Devil's Colony, which is underground near FN302. It is underground, don't run around on the surface like a maniac. Thankfully, once you're in there, it's fairly easy, and you can just ignore the enemies if you're in a hurry. They're not all that. Now it's time for Mission 8, which will likely be the longest one for you. You have one of 3 missions to choose from, and none of them are especially taxing, but for our money, the quickest and easiest is the Pipsqueak. This is especially true if you already have a Noka Mirror Stone in your inventory, and you can check this by going to Intel, Inventory, then Collectibles. Scrub through and see if you have one already, which, to be honest, you probably do, but if you don't, you can find them in Noctillum Underground in the Vitriol Cesspool near FN209. Just try not to aggro the level 40-somethings. Once you have one, go and talk to Matthew in the Outfitter's test hangar, where he'll ask for a load of Arnatian Orewood. Don't worry, a man called Aganeba will walk in and tell him he's being a dingus and offer to get the same results from a single Noka Mirror Stone. That's why we have one. And since you already have one, you're just going to need to head up to the Manon ship and give it to him and then return to Matthew with the processed materials. And when you're going from the Manon ship to the industrial district, there's only one way to fly. Fast traveling. Matthew will be pleased and dumbfounded, but Aganeba shows up presumably using the same method we did to say that he won't share his special recipe. You'll need to go back up to the Manon ship to convince him otherwise, choosing the barter and food options in that order. He'll agree to hand over his secrets if you get him a new LA delicacy, and for that you're going to need to go to the commercial district. And when you're going from the Manon ship to the commercial district, there's only one way to fly. Grab all 3 food items listed in the mission details and head back up to the ship once you have all 3. And you can try giving him any one of the 3 items, but the real success story is the pizza. We'll let you enjoy the exchange when it happens, spoiler free. Now that you've done all 8 missions, you're gonna have to head to the hangar where Walter will be waiting for you. He'll ask you some incredibly basic questions, presumably as a theory test, and then you'll be handed your license as well as a free Skell to start you off. You're donezo, baby. You can now customize the look of your Skell, which is basically just the paint job, but far more importantly, you can now buy Skell weapons. These weapons behave very differently to the weapons that you have and buy for your normal non-Skell person. Your avatar. The weapons that you attach to your Skell designate what arts you'll be able to perform when you're in combat. So before charging off into the distance, it's definitely worth going to Armory Alley and just buying a few bits and pieces and seeing what works for you. Admittedly, there's going to be a bit of trial and error, but you know, you're 20 hours into the game, you should get a vague idea of what you want. You can also buy Skell armor, which you should absolutely do, but bear in mind that this won't change the physical appearance of your Skell, it's just purely stats. Also, if you want to buy a second Skell, maybe with a completely different loadout, or maybe it's a medium weight or a heavyweight or something like that, yeah, you can do that, but you're gonna have to wait until you're level 30, but who knows, maybe you are already. I'm not. Skells are incredibly good fun. They effectively shrink the map and allow you to access places you'd likely not been able to reach before. Not everywhere, mind you, but, you know, just be patient. Just be patient. And there we have it. We hope you enjoy your Skell and you're not too disappointed that you can't get it like in Chapter 2. It just doesn't happen, and it would completely break the pacing of the game. So just wait. It'll come, and it will be glorious. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you click that subscribe button? You don't even need a license. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.